Hello, everyone. It is Erin Floto, and I am here today doing my January plan with me for my reading journal. So I guess it's not really a plan with me. It's a reading journal setup, but I decided to create a sticker set for this particular setup, and I will have that available in my shop starting in January. So it's just a one-page sticker set, and I decided to pair it because I want to keep going with these washi tapes because I do adore them so much. So I decided to kind of make the kits that I'm doing in this journal so that they kind of also fit with the washi tapes. I and it really helps that the washi tapes are very neutral. So I am going in with these sticker sets as well. So I decided just to do a wintry theme because that is part of what I am doing with the challenge for the month of January. And I will talk a little bit more about that once I get to the challenge page. I also have some of these extra sticker sheets from like back in the day. This was an old, very old kit that I have to redo at some point, revamp it. But this is the Arctic Animals kit, I believe. So it's not available in my shop anymore, but once I revamp it, I'll go ahead and add that back into the shop. So I'm just adding in some more washi tape, and then I am using the Distress Oxide ink and my letter stamps to put in the word January for this theme. I really want to keep these like kind of opening pages very minimal, just with like, a little bit of decoration, but mostly I do want to have some space on the left-hand side where I might write out some stuff. I'm not sure yet. I'm still trying to decide that. I did end up switching up this reading challenge page because I did create a digital download for that, and that is available on my Patreon. So if I will include a link down below if you are interested in that reading challenge. So, um, so I just didn't like how it ended up looking. So I did swap everything out for the actual digital download instead. So I talked this about the reading challenge a little bit in my January bookmark making. Basically, I made a bookmark so that I can track the number of pages that I read in each of the books for this reading challenge. But the reading challenge is essentially reading a book set in winter, a book in a series, a book on productivity, and a book on the to be read list, your to be read list. So essentially, what I'm trying to do with this challenge is just open you up to some new things. And if it takes you 4 books to satisfy this challenge, that is totally fine. For me, I'm going to satisfy the challenge in 3 books because my book set in winter is A Blizzard of Polar Bears by Alice Henderson. My book in a series and my book on my to be read list is Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. So I am satisfying both of those requirements for the reading challenge in 1 book. So that is totally fine if you can get away with doing that. And then I am also reading a book on productivity, and that is Anti-Time Management from Richie Norton. So I will have links to those books down in the description below. Like I said, I did switch out all of this. I just didn't like my handwriting, to be honest. So I decided to switch it out for the actual reading challenge digital prompt that I made. And so with the bookmark, I will be able to mark off what book I am reading and when I am reading it for each of the days of the month in January. And then over on this right hand side is just my pages read. So I am going to do a bar graph, and each of those bar graph elements is going to be used with the color code from the books read. And if I decide to add any other books here, I will, of course, add that in as well. So moving on, I am moving into the statistics page. So this is just to keep track of how I am reading books, what types of books I'm reading, what types of authors I'm reading books from, and things like that. My main intention is to stop buying books that I'm not reading. That is my main intention when it came to this reading journal. But I do want to also try to broaden my horizons. I think that would be lovely. So I do want to pay attention to the sources of my books and things like that. So having a statistics page will really help me with that, I think, hopefully. Hopefully, I don't just get pigeonholed into certain types of books. But to be honest, it's not that big of a deal to me because I mean, I have been reading for a long time. I just have not been reading um, different types of books, and I've been reading mostly Kindle books. So I do want to broaden my horizons, but uh, you know what you like at this point, right? I'm over 30. I do know what kind of books that I am interested in, and I'm not going to purposely read books that I'm not interested in. Do you know what I mean? So I it's supposed to be a fun hobby, not something that I'm forcing myself into. So either way, I am fine as long as I am reading the books that I buy again, because that was my main purpose for this. And then on this final page, I have a monthly review. So this is where I can jot down my thoughts about some of the books and things like that. I do kind of want to do that on the main page, but I kind of want to keep that very fresh also. So I'm thinking I just keep it to the monthly review. And then, of course, when I read the books, I will go back in and see how I feel by rating them and things like that. But I'm not sure about like having a page per book or anything like that. I see a lot of people doing that, but I'm not sure right now. So that's where I'm at. So here you can see the books that I'm intending on reading for January. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to download that reading challenge, go ahead and take a look in the description down below. I will have a link to those downloads. And I will see you next time. Bye, everyone.